Chrysler have chosen Geneva to unveil their first concept in Europe for 10 years. It's the Pronto Cruizer. It's a kind of muscle car for the man in the street, and its design is taken from the 1940s Art Deco influences. Underneath the bonnet you'll find this 1.6 litre engine that's been developed in a joint venture with BMW. Well, so it's lovely to see you on this side of the Atlantic. What's caused you to launch Pronto Cruizer in Europe? Because it's the first concept you've launched here for 10 years, isn't it?
Yes, the last one we did was the Portofino in Frankfurt in 1987, and we had a great response, and that really kicked off the whole interest in concept cars for us. And after that, we've done so many of them, and we've had great success in the United States. We thought it's really time to come back, and this one had a certain American feeling. It's very emotional, but it also has a European practical side that we really wanted to introduce here, and so the reaction so far has been extremely strong. We're really pleased.
Could you tell me about the engine, because that's another European connection, isn't it?
Yes, the Chrysler Pronto Cruizer is the first look and really the worldwide introduction of the new 1.6 liter engine that we've done in conjunction with BMW, and we've been working very hard with a team of people, and we've put that together, and we'll be building them and we'll be out with them during calendar year 2000. So you'll see it in the Rover Mini as well as seeing it in our products.
Have you been happy with that relationship, and do you plan to pursue it further?
No, we're very happy with the relationship, and yes, we're very happy with that. But right now, we'd like to make that relationship one that's very strong and work, and it's really nothing more than that venture. And we'd like to keep it that way. If that works, who knows what would happen? But right now, there's really nothing more than two great partners.
Going back to Pronto Cruiser, you're looking at this technology that's the pop bottle technology almost, isn't it? It comes from the family, the Pronto family. How far before we see this kind of technology actually in Chrysler vehicles? How far off that are we?
Well, we've still got a fair amount of experimentation to do. It's a research project. This one happens to be made in steel, but the concept that we had shown in Detroit and the concept that we continue to work with is an injection molded composite technology. The pop bottle might have been a little bit of a simplification because the material is much more rigid and it's glass filled, and the proprietary technology that's going into being able to mold it is quite rigorous. But it really is a wonderful solution because it breaks our paradigm, and that's really why we're anxious to explore it. And we're looking for a project, we're looking for a place that would be an ideal opportunity to just learn, much like we learn with Viper, or much like we've learned with Prowler as an aluminum experiment.
You seem to be creating small cars, which I think most manufacturers agree are the way to go, but you're trying to make them, to me, very exciting and different. Is that really what you're aiming to do, to show that small doesn't have to mean functional and boring?
Well, exactly. I think that's part of the emotional element. I think that's part of, maybe even a little bit of an American culture. But I don't think anyone wants to feel, well, I just drive a small car. I think they really do feel, well, that's something that has to be an aspiration or something that you would desire to do. And that's what we're trying to touch here. You notice coming back to fender forms where you get the stance very wide. It has a look of capability, and yet the practical side is making it a little bit taller maybe. And right now, this vehicle is shorter overall than a C-Class, and yet it's got more interior room than most CD segments. So it has a very functional aspect as well.